Hello, good evening and salam Malaysia Madani. Thanks for joining us. I'm SAHIH and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. In our top stories this evening, over 3 million to receive Aidil Fitri special financial assistance.
Kepada yang kedua, RM350 pesara kerajaan kepada 1 juta pesara termasuk veteran.
Consumers will enjoy discounts of up to 65% when buying products sold under the Agro Rahmah sales programs. According to Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the main purpose of this program is to give consumers the opportunity to buy agro-food products such as eggs, vegetable, fruits, fish, fresh chicken and other daily necessities directly from farmers, fishermen and livestock breeders.
Daripada pasar biasa. Begitu juga harga barang-barang yang lain, makanan lain, yang buah-buahan, ikan, udang dan sebagainya.
The Prime Minister was met during a walkabout at Bazaar Ramadan Precinct 3 in Putrajaya. He also announced that the rental for stalls at the Ramadan Bazaar in Putrajaya would be lowered to RM850 a month from the current RM1,000. The payment of the Aidil Fitri Special Financial Assistance BKKA to 3.46 million people will be made on 17th April. Deputy Finance Minister Dato' Sri Ahmad Maslan said the recipients are civil servants, government pensioners, paddy farmers, rubber smallholders, fishermen and volunteers. The payment involves a financial allocation of RM1.57 billion.
Penjawat awam RM700 akan diberi kepada 56 dan ke bawah, grade 56 dan ke bawah, termasuk lantikan kontrak dan mereka yang bekerja sebagai My Step Short Term Employment Program ini. Jumlahnya RM988 juta kepada 1.4 juta penjawat awam. Yang kedua, RM350 pesara kerajaan kepada 1 juta pesara termasuk veteran tentera yang tidak berpencen.
Dato' Sri Ahmad also said that a total of 850,000 paddy farmers, rubber smallholders and fishermen would each receive RM200 and this would involve financial allocation of RM170 million. Meanwhile, Dato' Sri Ahmad said the payment of Phase 2 of the Rahmah Cash Aid STR has already been credited in stages into the accounts of registered recipients beginning yesterday. With this payment, he said, a total of RM2.93 billion in STR allocation has been paid to the B40 group this year.
Sebelum Hari Raya dan kita dah melakukannya pada 5 April dan akan selesai pada 10 April ini. Jumlahnya 8 juta orang penerima, implikasi keuangan RM1.26 bilion. Jadi sumbangan tunai rahmah kepada 8.7 juta orang ini yang dilaksanakan dalam masa 5 hari ini, 5 April hingga 10 April, adalah juga semacam bantuan Hari Raya untuk mereka.
He also said that the payment of phases 3 and 4 of STR will be implemented according to the schedule set in July and November. The frequency of domestic flights in conjunction with the Aidil Fitri celebration will be increased, including for routes to Sabah and Sarawak. Transport Minister Anthony Loke said many additional flights have been approved, including for Malaysia Airlines MAS, which will use larger or wide-body aircraft to accommodate the demand. Elaborating, he said the Malaysian Aviation Commission MAVCOM had informed the ministry at yesterday's cabinet meeting about the approval of the increase in flights. Loke said the implementation of fixed prices for flights would also be done.
Maka kapasiti penerbangan akan bertambah, kapasiti tempat duduk akan bertambah. Jadi apabila kapasiti bertambah, sudah tentu harga average itu akan menurun. Jadi itu pendekatan yang kita guna pakai.
The Transport Minister added that the additional capacity would be announced soon. The proposal to shorten the period of performing Hajj for Malaysian Hajj pilgrims, especially those under the Muassasah, will not be able to help Lembaga Tabung Haji reduce the cost of performing the pilgrimage. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department Religious Affairs, Dato Dr. Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, told the Dewan Negara today, shortening the period would make pilgrims stay in Mecca and Madinah during the peak of Hajj, thus contributing to the increase in costs.
Tempoh masa yang begitu panjang buat masa ni antara 40 hingga 45 hari, yang ini adalah berdasarkan kepada kontrak jangka panjang. Ini sebahagian daripada usaha yang dibuat oleh tabung haji dengan pemilik-pemilik hotel di Arab Saudi sana. Jadi maknanya dengan tempoh yang begitu panjang tadi itu dan membolehkan kos tadi itu untuk dikawal. Walau bagaimanapun sekiranya tempoh masa tadi itu dipendekkan, maka tempoh masa yang akan ditetapkan tadi itu akan berlaku pada waktu ketika kemuncak haji, yang ini berlaku hampir 10 hari ke masa haji tadi itu untuk dilakukan, dan ketika itu berlaku peningkatan yang sangat tinggi ke atas kos hotel yang bakal akan didiami oleh jemaah haji di situ. Jadi maknanya kalau kita buat pengiraan yang berhormat Senator, antara tempoh masa yang begitu panjang dengan yang pendek tadi itu, kos dia tu akan lebih kurang sama saja.
According to the Minister, TH has taken steps to ensure that the Hajj cost will not increase every year by signing a long-term contract agreement with several parties in Saudi Arabia involving flights, accommodation, meals and various other services for Malaysian pilgrims. The bill regarding the proposed amendments of Section 15 and 16 under the Universities and University College Act (AUKU) 1971, which will give freedom to students in several matters, is expected to be tabled in Parliament this year. Higher Education Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Khalid Nordin said the draft will be sent to the Attorney General's chambers for approval in mid-June.
Saya cuba tahun ni lah. Sebab kita kena melalui proses. Prosesnya ialah kita kena hantar kita kena pastikan pindaan tu diluluskan dia punya drafting apa semua tu dipersetujui oleh pejabat peguam negara, kemudian hantar ke kabinet, kemudian dapat sebelum dibentang kabinet dapat input daripada kementerian-kementerian lain dan sebagainya.
Speaking to the media after an AUKU town hall session in Putrajaya today, Datuk Sri Muhammad Khalid said the ministry took note of the students' complaints that they are not free to carry out activities on campus as they need to consult and get approval from the university, in addition to facing financial constraints to organise any activities. He also said that if the amendments to the AUKU are implemented, the government will also amend the University Technology Mara UiTM Act. This is to ensure that UiTM students who are not subject to AUKU also get the same freedom as students in other public universities. Coming up, 15,000 ex-prisoners, inmates targeted to get jobs this year. The Ministry of Human Resources, in collaboration with the Prisons Department, is aiming for a total of 15,000 ex-prisoners and Henry Gurney School inmates and convicts due for release soon to be given employment this year. Human Resources Ministry V. Sivakumar said there are currently 77,000 prisoners who can become productive workers and be hired upon their release, thus reducing the country's dependence on foreign workers.
Kita terlalu bergantung kepada pekerja-pekerja asing pada masa ini, dan sedangkan kita memang mempunyai ramai tenaga-tenaga di negara kita yang masih boleh digunakan. Jadi ini adalah satu daripada inisiatif yang telah diambil oleh kedua-dua pihak Dan saya menyarankan sekali lagi kepada pihak majikan dan juga kepada sektor swasta industri untuk memberi perhatian yang serius supaya tidak terlalu bergantung kepada pekerja asing.
Meanwhile, Sivakumar said the number of Cambodian workers in the country is expected to increase as a result of the two Memoranda of Understanding (MOU) signed during Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim's visit to Cambodia on 27th March. Cambodia has agreed to provide training and exposure to its workforce before sending them to work in Malaysia. Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) will continue to hold discussions with banking institutions from time to time to improve internal processes and procedures related to politically exposed persons (PEP). Deputy Finance Minister 2 Stephen Sim Ching Kiong said the central bank would also review and improve internal processes to balance the Malaysian banking system's credibility and competitiveness.
Bagi pelanggan yang berisiko tinggi termasuk PEP, institusi-institusi perbankan kita perlu melakukan usaha wajar pelanggan yang dipertingkatkan ataupun dengan izin Enhanced Customer Due Diligence (ECDD). Pelaksanaan ECDD ini bertujuan untuk mendapatkan maklumat dan kefahaman secara menyeluruh tentang pelanggan tersebut dan seterusnya memelihara sektor kewangan negara daripada sebarang risiko aktiviti jenayah kewangan. Langkah-langkah ini adalah sebenarnya bersifat pencegahan dan tidak harus seperti yang kebiasaannya dipandang, tidak harus ditafsirkan sebagai persepsi negatif ke atas PEP. Saya sedar ramai ataupun semua di kalangan kita ini mungkin termasuk dalam kategori PEP.
The need to implement ECDD was established based on international standards set by Financial Action Task Force, an international body that sets standards to be complied with by all banks, domestic or abroad. Han Sim said the country would be exposed to the risk of an unsatisfactory rating if financial institutions do not continue to implement PEP policies, and a negative assessment of the country would have serious impacts on the banking system. The Dewan Negara was also told that the delay in the construction of the Littoral Combat Ship (LCS) will not affect the ship's capabilities, particularly its engines and other equipment that have been purchased earlier. Defence Minister Datuk Seri Mohamad Hassan said the LCS diesel engine obtained from the MTU Services of Germany was always tested and in good condition with no issues.
Jadi kita punya enjin tak ada masalah, gearbox sama, propeller yang sama. Itu sebabnya kita tutup kalau siapa-siapa pergi ke Lumut, kita tutup, kita tak tunjuk apa jenis propeller yang kita pakai. Kerana itu rahsia, ya. Propeller ini pun juga akan menentukan kelajuan, menentukan macam mana kapal ini dioperasikan nanti, itu betul, ya. Jadi shaft yang sama, tapi yang perlu, yang kata Datuk Azam tadi, yang berhormat Datuk Azam, Dr. Azam, kita perlu meribut balik ataupun kita perlu menaik taraf kita punya CMS, Communication Management System, termasuk juga kita telah pun menukar jenis peluru berpandu yang kita nak pakai, itu betul, iaitu daripada jenis dulu, sekarang kita ambil daripada Norway.
Elaborating, Datuk Seri Mohamad said the Defence Ministry will also not compromise with any party in matters involving investigations into the LCS construction project. He also said that the ministry has agreed to sign the Universal Settlement Agreement to resolve the matter related to the middleman. A construction worker has been remanded for 7 days until 12th April to assist in the investigation into the murder of his wife in Bukit Besi near Dungun yesterday. The remand order was issued by Magistrate Nur Adila Abdul Latif at the Dungun Magistrates Court today to facilitate investigation under Section 302 of the Penal Code. The suspect, clad in purple lock-up attire, arrived at the court at 8:42 a.m. and was escorted by policemen. In the 8 a.m. incident, the victim, Rubiah Sabtu, 41, died after she was allegedly hit by her husband with a hammer at their home in Kampung Besol, Bukit Besi. Dungun District Police Chief Superintendent Baharudin Abdullah said the incident is likely to have been triggered by a misunderstanding between the victim and the suspect, who is in his 30s. The victim has 8 children, including 7 from a previous marriage and a 6-month-old baby with the suspect. In the Batu Pahat Magistrates Court, a salesman pleaded not guilty to a charge of reckless driving, resulting in a man's death in Parit Sulong last month. Tan Min Chun, 32, is accused of committing the offence at 3:30 p.m. on 27 March by driving recklessly and causing the death of Muhammad Kamarul Shahril Abdul Samad, 43. Tan Meng Chun is charged under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987, which, if found guilty, can be jailed for a maximum of 10 years and fined not more than 58,000 ringgit. In addition to being disqualified from holding or obtaining a driver's license for 5 years. Earlier, Deputy Public Prosecutor Siti Khalijah Khalid proposed a bail of 10,000 ringgit with one surety for the accused. However, lawyer Tan Son Yan, representing Min Chun, applied for the bail to be reduced as Min Chun has to care for his wife and 1-year-old child as well as his elderly mother. Magistrate Siti Zubaida Mahat then allowed bail of 3,000 ringgit with one surety and fixed 23rd May for case remention. Coming up in sports, challenging task awaits Harimau Muda as swimming squad hope for better splash in SEA Games. National Under-22 head coach E. Alvarasan has described the team stars in the men's football competition at the 2023 SEA Games in Phnom Penh, Cambodia from 5th to 17th May as interesting and challenging. This is because his boys have been drawn against defending champion Vietnam and record 16-time champions Thailand in Group B together with Singapore and Laos. Although drawn in the group of death, the head coach is optimistic that the Harimau Muda have an equal chance to advance to the semi-finals, in addition to being confident that his boys can give the others a run for their money at the biennial games. He said their focus and vision do not change and ready to face the tough task that awaits them. Alvarasan had earlier targeted the Harimau Muda outfit to reach the final in Cambodia. Malaysia last clinched the men's football goal in the 2011 edition in Jakarta, Indonesia, after defeating the hosts 4-3 on penalties, but failed to repeat the feat when they fell 1-0 to Thailand in the final of the 2017 edition in Kuala Lumpur. After a poor outing in the last SEA Games with only one gold medal, the national swimming squad are hopeful of better fortunes this time in Cambodia. National coach Chris Martin said they are working on the strategies and achieve desirable results at the Moradok Aquatic Centre in Phnom Penh, having listed 18 swimmers for the mission.
We've been set a target and we're going to do our best to achieve that target. We're trying to, research and look for strategies that will help us do that. Last year we had much more success in the relays than we had before, so perhaps that will be a stroke of good fortune for us as well.
At the Hanoi Games last May, Khieu Hoi Yin bagged the country's sole gold medal in swimming through men's 200-meter freestyle event, while Malaysia had also clinched 4 silver and 2 bronze medals for the worst ever outing in recent decades. Martin also hopes that the swimmers won't repeat the false start mistake, which cost a silver medal and national record in the men's 4x100-meter freestyle relay event at Hanoi after the team was disqualified for a false start. In Super League, 2 goals in the first half were enough for Sri Pahang to maintain their unbeaten record in 7 games after defeating PDRM 2-1 in a clash at Petaling Jaya City Council Stadium, MBPJ. Sri Pahang's success in collecting 3 points allowed the Elephants to overtake Sabah in 4th place on better goal difference after sharing 13 points. Winger Muhammad Bakiuddin Shamsuddin opened the score for Fandi Ahmad's squad in the 18th minute for his first goal of the season before striker Kepa Sherman doubled the lead 4 minutes later to net his 4th goal of the season. PDRM, who won 2 in a row before, came back to close the deficit in the second half through James Okuwasa headers in the 76th minute, but failed to find an equaliser until the final whistle. At the same time, Kedah Darul Aman also won 3 valuable points despite having to play with 10 players after beating Penang 1-0 at Darul Aman Stadium, Alustar. One Amirul Afiq, one Abdul Rahman's red card in the 53rd minute following 2 yellow cards did not affect the pace of the team, who managed to find the winning goal in the 64th minute through William Lira's Souza swipe shot to beat Muhammad Asfar Arif Muhammad Shukri in the goal. The success saw Kedah Darul Aman rose to second position, sharing 16 points with Selangor in third position but had more goals. Meanwhile, Kuala Lumpur City FC won their first win of the season after defeating Sabah 2-0 at the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium, Cheras, thus witnessing the Rhinos suffer their second consecutive defeat. The 2 goals of Boyan Hodak's squad were scored by midfielder T. Sarabanan in the 15th minute and substitute Sean Ganelli in second half injury time.
I think the first half we had more chances. But then again, after 1-0, we start to drop back, and this is why we give them space where they can create something. But overall, I think maybe we deserve to win because maybe we had better chances. So.
That concludes this edition of Malaysia Tonight. In our top story, over 3 million to receive Aidil Fitri special financial assistance on 17th April. We'll leave you with a clip of wooden coffin of Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great, being presented at the exhibition in Paris until 6 September. I am SAHIH. Stay tuned to saluran Berita RTM and have a pleasant evening.